What theories or beliefs about life after death make the most sense to you? I think that's it. Game over. Thanks for playing. Existence will continue as it always has, and I'll have no concept of what it's like to be dead. That it feels exactly like it did before you were born. You didn't exist for billions of years, and it didn't bother you one bit. Dirt nap, baby. The end. It would be nice if it weren't, as long as you're not being punished, but I've seen no real evidence to the contrary. I drowned as a kid and was dead for a minute. Just remember darkness, broken ribs, and vomiting water. So far, reincarnation is winning out to some degree due to some events I'm not married to explaining that way. That when you die, you're dead. Reincarnation. Not sure about all the ins and outs of karma. The first law of thermodynamics. As per Ricky Gervais, after death is exactly the same as the billions of years before birth. Nothing. The idea of an afterlife may seem far-fetched, but so too is the fact that we exist at all, born on a small rock orbiting a star under precisely the right conditions to sustain human life. Humanity will continue to evolve, recording its own changes along the way. Each person will exercise free will, coexisting with countless other species, all navigating their own forms of communication, ways of living, and spans of life. And yet, for all that awareness and control, we still have this built in: that life after death doesn't exist. Your life here is done, but your energy/soul will go on. The ones about consciousness ascending. Theoretically, each frame of your existence still exists somewhere in this space-time thing. In fact, they can still branch out to new existences. You might be doing it right now without knowing it. So you can live your life endlessly in all possible ways. That is why you never experience death. But we can experience others' deaths. It is like light. When I physically felt an arm across my chest push me back from getting hit by 2 cars. I've always thought it was my grandmother saying I heard you act weak after she passed. Hearing my deceased aunt say blueberries while talking about something totally unrelated with my mother. People's stories like NDEs, ADCs, including mine, common religious experiences when stripped of their religious interpretations. The fact hospice patients see their deceased loved ones with no religious context, and just something afterwards. Your mind detaches from your body and goes somewhere. Not reincarnation, but your life restarts immediately after you die, infinitely. Think of it. The universe had to start somewhere. Before it started, there was nothing. If out of nothing your life as you know it happened, then we know for sure that has a non-zero chance of happening. So, the odds of you happening out of nothing are higher than 0. Infinitely small, but non-zero. Multiply by infinite, and boom, infinite lives. I believe we go to heaven or hell. Nothing. Ashes to ashes. Dust to dust. One of my first memories was a sort of déjà vu, except it was the feeling that I'd lived this specific life repeatedly. I'm not sure if that makes the most sense, but it's been hard to shake that notion. If there is some kind of existence or consciousness after death, I doubt it's like what most, if anyone, has imagined. I think it's likely even beyond our comprehension. I also think it's possible that there's nothing, but from what I've seen and read, that's less likely. To be able to see my loved ones again. Can't imagine going through this life thinking nothing is behind it all, and thinking, is this all there is? Reincarnation. Matter is neither created nor destroyed. It just changes forms. There is someone out there to handle billions of universes' slightly smiling face. And it's true, but unseen. In my mind, the universe is an awful waste of time and space if this extremely short life, in comparison to it, is the only thing we get out of it. I believe in a God, and that the billions of years leading up to our existence were designed by Him to give us this opportunity to live in His creation. The universe would be pretty pointless if at the end of billions of years all that's left is a bunch of lifeless burned-out stars that serve no purpose and eventually just sit in blackness for the rest. Judgment time. What did you do? How did you testify to the good news of Jesus Christ?